have something so exciting to tell you. A company reached out called Carly. Yep, I'm sure you've all heard of it because this thing's been making the rounds in America and Europe. Everyone's been using this thing on the YouTube channel, and I'm so happy I got my hands on one to try out to show you guys what the thing is like. And I'm so happy actually I'm the first person in SA to actually bring this product here, so very excited for that. And the capabilities of this are incredible. Let's plug it into the car and see how it works. So as you guys know, I have a CLK63 AMG. This car stands quite, stands a lot of the time, and last week I jump started the car, and when I jump started the car, I just saw a whole lot of warning lights come on the dashboard because the battery is flat and everything is low voltage from what I can understand. So find the OBD port on your car, OBD2 port, it could be anywhere, so I think just Google or check Google for where your OBD2 port is. Mine is over here. You can see here next to this thing. I already opened it up. Like so, stick it in there. And then let's head to the app. Right guys, so I've got the Carly app installed. I'm going to now connect the adapter under the connect tab. I know there's a lot of reflections, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm so sorry about that. I am doing a screen record as well in case this isn't. Okay, it says health low, so that's actually quite good. Low mileage fraud, so that means this mileage hasn't been tampered with. I can say health now, and then I'm going to say check for issues, and now it's going to scan. Carly is extremely good at coding cars, so your VAG cars like BMW and Audi and Volkswagen, really good, like window washer lights, your seatbelt warning chimes, many different kind of things, even changing the wallpaper on your screens you can do, so that's fantastic. Check used cars for mileage fraud, very important. Unlock hidden features like obviously your coding, which I explained earlier, and then reset service intervals on those cars. I don't think Carly can check the ECU issues on or reset the service intervals on my Mercedes, but it definitely can do it on BMW, Volkswagen, Audi, and all your other VAG products. Skoda, we don't have Skoda in South Africa, and Seat and things like that. Now Carly is finished scanned, and it's got 15 ECUs that it checked, and it found 15 fault codes, so, or 15 ECUs responded. So here's quite a bit of issues. Is acceptable, so the airbag warning light, audio, video, and navigation. Why is it saying that? Oh, under voltage because my battery was flat, so that is so normal. I'm just gonna push back over there. The app sometimes will like hesitate to go back, which I'm picking up now.
So I have to show this as well.
Okay, there we go. And then I'm gonna say clear all these issues. So CA convenience, electronic ignition switch, that's all under voltage. Clear issues. So Carly is a paid subscription if you want to access all the features. However, for free you do get the app and you can scan your car to see what issues there are. It's not that expensive, so if you work out for a year subscription, it costs less than taking your car to the garage and getting it scanned. So I'm really happy I've got this product now. I can use it on all my cars. I only have one car, but if I ever buy more cars in the future, I can definitely check the codes on those cars as well. If you're interested in the Carly connected car dongle, please check out the description box below. Click the link, very important that you click that link, and then you can get one. I ordered this thing and it came like within, let me think, like 3 or 4 days. It was by me already, so I'm very happy about that. I'm going to use this thing probably for the rest of my life. This is incredible power in my hands. I can even check the other parameters in this car, like fuel trim and all sorts of things. But yeah, in the future I'm going to go into more detail with Carly as well, with other cars I perhaps buy on Liberable, and I can check the codes and things like that. But so far that's all I could show you on my CLK63 AMG. Enjoy the video ahead. Welcome to Liberable and our next contender for the Johannesburg tour. Sitting next to me is Jerry. How's it, bro?
How's it going, bro?
Lovely. And you?
Good, thank you.
Sorry guys, we've been filming a lot of cars today. We're all like very confused. this is Jerry's Toyota 86, and as you can probably hear, I'll knock it down a cog for you quickly.
That's what you want. That's the money shot there.
A turbocharged Toyota 86. Before I tell you more about this car, guys, please subscribe and thumbs up, as well as hit that notification bell. It will help so much here on the channel. Jerry, please tell me more about this Toyota GT86. Why turbocharged? Why GT86?
So I didn't have the intention of building this car, but what had happened a couple of years ago, we had a client that had bought the Rocket Bunny kit we had imported from Japan.
Yes.
With the complete turbo kit, the brakes, the wheels, the whole package. And we had supplied this client, and unfortunately he got into a bit of trouble and he just couldn't complete the project or do the project. Gave me a call, asked me would I be interested in taking the kit back from him. And I said, yeah, not a problem. I should have some clients or someone to buy the car from us, or the parts from us. And I took it back, just got stuck with it. I had a lot of people interested, but no one ever came through with the money and everything. And I decided to build the car.
Yeah.
And started hunting around, and I found this beautiful, pristine condition 86 down in Cape Town. I was looking for this specific color, this blue color, and sent a friend of mine to go check out the car. He got hold of me. He said, listen, Jerry, the car is in absolutely phenomenal condition. It's worth the money. So I bought the car and we started building this car. So this car is absolutely, I just love this car. The chassis, the handling, the overall appeal of this car is just absolutely amazing.
And you've given it something that a lot of people have been complaining about.
Just going to start it.
Oh.
For some reason. Right there.
Of course, you've also done something very special to this car, which is turbocharger. Many people complain this car is...
So I've got a lot of clients that typically do a 2J conversion on this.
Yes.
Very popular, etc. Problem is that it's expensive. You know, try find a 2JZ motor now.
So 100k?
GT version, yeah, 70 to 100,000 rands. Then you still need a gearbox. You need the conversion, the electronics, everything behind it. So by the time you finish, you've put quite a bit of money into the vehicle. So the whole idea of this vehicle was more of sort of a show appeal. It's going to be nippy, but still keep its same characteristics that it came out of factory with. So just give it a little more oomph that it required.
You own a business selling JDM car parts, am I correct?
Well, not just JDM.
All car parts.
All car parts. So I run a company called Import Parts, importparts.co.za.
Yeah.
And we're one of the major suppliers of performance car parts for the race industry. So everything from circuit drag, oval track, drifting, you name it. And then we also do all the aftermarket accessories as well. So if you want a proper imported body kit out of the US or Japan, we do supply that as well.
Damn, I'll leave all the information down in the description box below, but for now, I am, as one could say, very impressed. This car needs this power. It fits the chassis so well.
I'm actually surprised that it didn't come out of factory with
more power.
Yeah.
Tell me something. Why this flat 4? Why did you tell me just this flat 4? They tend to have problems, ring landings, etc.
I owned a Subaru for 6 years. I had a 05 WX, and that was like, it had 3-4 pages of mods on that vehicle. But the car was quick, you know, and reliable. It is known that the Subaru boxer motor is not too reliable,
in-depth like handling perspective. This is more video on how the turbocharger has improved this car, and I can tell you guys now already a huge amount. It feels like this is how the car should have been. You are 100% correct.
So doesn't the car feel like just a very strong normally aspirated?
Yes.
It's not. It doesn't have that turbo lag, and then all of a sudden breaks out, breaks loose. So that's why we went with a small precision turbo. What
Yeah.
do we call it? 58. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what it's called now. 5028. That's what it's called.
5028. That is a kind of smallish one, eh?
Smallish turbo, rated just over 400 horsepower. So very nippy, very responsive, and beautiful to drive. You know, this is what I enjoyed. I took Kamesh for a drive the other day, and he was like, you know, man, I was going to put a 2J in this. I was going to go crazy, maybe a 3S motor. And after driving this, he's like, wow, this was just absolutely amazing.
It's lovely, it's smooth, it feels naturally aspirated, the boost doesn't come in too hard, it doesn't upset the rear wheels either. There's so much traction here from the get-go.
Not
like,
really, eh? You really got to warm up those tires, otherwise they
Really,
get
they let go?
sideways.
Okay,
Yeah,
no, nice. I'm glad they get a bit sideways.
So if you use the launch control and you get it sideways, yeah, you can get it sideways quite easily.
Nice.
Even with the big wheels on the car.
Nice! www.liberrebel.co.za. It's gonna be amazing. Subscribe now. So, you know what, guys? I'm in third gear now. I'm at about 3,500 RPM. This pickup is.
You're already there. Three and a half.
3.5.
Yeah.
And because this engine revs so high, you in boost zones all the time.
And it sounds so good in that 7,000-8,000 RPM.
It sounds lovely. Absolutely lovely.
So when we got this car, it came with an exhaust system from the original owner. It had a power flow exhaust system. So I was looking at changing it maybe to an imported product like a Grady or Tomei.
Yeah.
And decided the exhaust sounded so good. And once we turbocharged it, sounded even better. That never gets old. That never gets old.
I can't get bored of this car. It feels so standard, but fast standard. Like what the flip? Guys, so if you want to buy a Toyota GT86 and turbocharger, Jerry, what should you look out for?
So the very first models had an issue with the valve springs, but there was a factory recall, so anyone that owned one should have received a factory call to replace them.
The valve springs.
The valve springs. The later models, they had not much change except for exterior cosmetics. You did get the basic model and the high spec. This is the high spec model, but if you're looking for a car to track or race, the high spec model only came out with a slightly different exteriors, interior bits and pieces. So not necessary. You can actually make a so mileage is not a big factor. As long as the car's been looked after, that's not an issue. It's a Toyota after all, a Subaru as such.
Yeah.
With there being so many good internals available, forged internals available, you can rebuild the motor, so you're not limited in any sort of way with what you want to do with the car. Yeah.
I agree with you, because a lot of people are afraid of these flat fours, going, oh, ring landings.
Yeah.
I think the simple key is try and just look after the car.
That's it.
Don't leave the car cold.
You know, with Subarus we know, you would have a stock car and you would have a ring landing failure.
Yeah.
And typically, cylinder number 3 would always break on the vehicle.
Yeah.
But it's a combination of boost, fuel, heat that would do that. These cars weren't known for that, but if weren't looked after, they would run a bearing. Common thing that we find is not so much ring landing failure, but more so bearings that run on this. So making sure that you keep to the recommended oil from what factory it is, and just making sure you're servicing the car regularly, you'll be fine. One thing we have started doing on these 86s is doing the upgrade. For some reason, I don't know, the throttle's not behaving today.
Right, guys, quickly. Last pull we can do for the day, and then we'll continue with the conversation. First gear.
we had on these vehicles, they would run bearings.
Yes.
So,
Oh, I'm sleeping here.
So what we're doing now, what we recommend is, especially with the guys that like drifting and doing funny things with the 86, is you do the baffled sump and the upgraded oil pickup, and that normally sorts that issue out. And then just making sure that you're using a good quality and the correct viscosity oil.
Of course, just to protect everything, you know.
That's it.
And obviously, throw the wrong weight in, there's going to be more friction on your bearings and things like that.
That is correct.
You
So,
know?
recommended oil. This is a 0W20. On this setup here, because it's turbocharged, we're running a 0W30. So for the higher temperatures, the turbo does
Of course, it doesn't run as hot.
That's correct.
Jerry, thank you so much for bringing me down in your GT86 today.
It's a pleasure, man.
I'm loving this car and loving your setup. I think this is done really, really well. The car feels super solid, and I love the way it looks. It's rocket panicking. It looks flipping amazing. Jerry, thank you so much, bro.
Thank you, bro.
I really appreciate it. It was absolutely amazing. Your car is beautifully tuned. Can we have a look quickly under the bonnet here? What's going on?
No problem. That's great.
I want to see what's going on here before we conclude this video, because I'm sure it looks pretty. You look, it looks like this on the outside. Yeah, I thought as much. Oh, look at that turbocharger there. Oh wow.
So, custom made, locally made turbo kit with the precision turbo, seal blower valve, and then we're also running the Grady intercooler and Grady oil cooler on the vehicle.
Oh, close that turbo is to the pulleys.
It's crazy close. You always worry about things like if something's going to loosen and just touch it.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Yeah, very, very close. So.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much.
Absolutely awesome. I'm glad they put a big smile on your face.
No worries. Yeah. B3BU. Liberable.
Out! I'm done!
I'm also done. Liberable. Out. Okay, let's do it again. B3BU. Liberable.
Ah,